Welcome back, everybody, to part 2 of the Schmoedown Collision event. We are 2 matches down. We've got 2 matches to go. As you can see, I've changed shirts because I've just got done sweating through the first one. So let's sweat through another one rather than just sit through 2 more hours of sweat. Yes, sweat is not good, not fun, ladies and gentlemen, for those that don't know that or don't believe that. Sweat stinks. Sometimes it's just wet. Moving on. Okay, so moving on from that gag about sweat. Let's recap what we have had happen so far. Match number 1, Drew McWeeny has won the Manager Bowl on behalf of Robert Meyer Burnett, and the insanity that will happen for the next month's time is all his fault. So yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting to see how that's all going to turn out. And then the number 1 contender Inner Geekdom match, Mike the Killer Kalinowski has defeated the previously undefeated Kevin the Smasher Smets in a very intense, emotional number 1 contender match. And Mike will be going on to Comic-Con in a month's time to take on the Inner Geekdom champion, Rachel the Crusher Cushing. So now we got the 2 final matches. We got a number 1 contender match for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Singles Championship. Paul Primetime Oyama will be taking on Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. And then in the main event, the rematch for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Championships of the World. The new crowned champions, the Odd Couple, Jeff Snyder and Mark Andreyko, will be taking on the former champions, the Shirewolves, Clark Wolf, and previously mentioned Rachel the Crusher Cushing. So let's not waste any more time. Because we got a lot of more video to get through. So let's get into this in 3, 2, and 1. Face. There's a face. There's a face. There's a face. There's a face. I just saw you. I saw you. Oh, I haven't seen you. Haven't seen you. Saw you. Saw you. Haven't seen you. Haven't seen you. Haven't seen you. Haven't seen you. Dun 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 dun. Schmoedown Collision 3 with the Star Trek.
This is the big Season 6 preview. Yeah. So I'm looking also at this article about the Schmoedown Rookies Singles Division.
Yeah.
And Liz Shannon Miller.
So you remember last year?
Yeah.
And I said, watch out for Ethan Irwin. Remember the name.
Right.
Okay. 2 names I want you to remember now. Liz Shannon Miller is one of those names recommended by Ethan's wife and said she knows more than Ethan, which is interesting.
Ethan's wife, Meredith Bird.
David Del Rio. Those are my 2 names.
New faces.
Yeah.
The concept
I wonder what happened with those 2. They got it on. Ding, ding, ding.
Liz Shannon Miller. Liz could be the next Ethan Irwin.
She's got to be somebody to look out for.
Expectations much? No.
And your winner, Lightning Liz Shannon Miller.
So much hype about you, like they're saying you could be the next Ethan.
You get that first victory, who knows where you go from here? Is it Diamond Dave Del Rio that she faces? And your winner!
Apparently so. 3 weeks later.
With other MVPs. I'm here to play. I just want
to. Well, I guess that match would have been 3 weeks ago.
And your winner!
I don't know. Patton?
1 week
The biggest
ago.
players in the game.
Really knows that she earned this victory today and has earned that big match at the Collision on June 27th.
And also,
Paul Primetime Oyama.
not the Shark.
From the fan leagues.
Not the Shark.
Follows in chance. He's our 2nd competitor that I plucked from the fan leagues. He's confident. He's cocky. He believes that he'll be champion within his first 4 matches.
Wow.
And your winner!
And it doesn't look like he could be very far off.
People were questioning how I would play in this league, and
Sure.
he's too young and blah blah blah. I wasn't too young to answer those questions, and I'm not too young to steamroll through whoever's next.
I don't know what we're going to see from Paul. I don't know. Prime time, though, should let you know that he thinks a lot of himself.
We have 2 new forces to be reckoned with in the singles league. Do you see him pulling off an upset according to the rankings against Makuga here today?
I'll say
An upset. An upset. Yeah. What an upset.
Hey, Chance, the mute Ellison, can you just please do your job?
Chance?
Everything you are in this league is because of me.
You don't give a shit about nothing. Give me a call.
Why didn't you join
You
that?
bleeping out curse words? What is this, family show?
He's the only one, and then it hits him. Guess what? There might be somebody bigger and better than you. Wow, this is anybody's game still.
Nothing. Sorry, Chance.
I'm undefeated.
Good luck at
Oh,
Collision.
you were.
We don't need luck. In the dungeon, we breed champions. We know how to win. We know how to smash, and it's
You should have
on.
accepted that look.
It's really just about not trying to think about having a perfect record, just trying to think about keeping forward. Hopefully, he remembers movies that were made before he was born.
I steamrolled Chance, and I'm gonna steamroll you. You're the one person in my way of that title. Dan Merle's waiting, and I'm coming.
And we're back once again here. And look, before we get into this big singles #1 contender match, just a reminder, everybody, if you're watching the live stream now, obviously, keep that hashtag going of the Schmoedown Collision 3. Hashtag this one, Oyama versus Miller, and keep on the conversation. And just to let everyone know that this stream will be available until Tuesday, 11 a.m. PST. Patrons will not be getting a match this Monday, but all patrons will be getting a match on the entire event on Tuesday.
One big vid.
This whole big vid
One
on
big vid.
Tuesday, and then this will air to the public on Friday. But the post show will be directly after this goes off the air, after the main event. So make sure you check that out to get the interviews with the winners. But we are now up to the #1 contender spot. And like we said, the dungeon has had a rough go so far in the collision.
Oh for 2.
You don't say.
Could the golden boy, Oyama, Paul Oyama, Primetime Paul Oyama.
Boy, that was a
who
jab.
also came from the fan leagues, and everyone
Go
thought,
on, his
that
power.
Chance Ellison would be the main player, the one that broke through from the fan leagues and became the champion. And Oyama said, no, wait
That's
a
a big
I'm the guy.
X.
I can wear even darker sunglasses than you, Chance.
That's right. I'm the guy, and they battled each other, and it was a phenomenal fight. They played their hearts out, and Oyama was the one who came out 3-0, and now he plays against Lightning Liz Miller, who was touted to be a great movie trivia mind by former champion Ethan Irwin, and she has proven just that. She has beaten David Del Rio. She also beat JTE. She beat Demi in her first match. She is also on a roll. So no matter who wins this, we're getting a 4-0 rookie to play against the champion, Dangerous Dan Merle.
Yeah, you talk about season.
And my prediction,
magic season. I think one of the most
it will be a 4-0 rookie winning this match.
Rookies that we have had come into the league in season 6. I mean, some of the best rookie
I am
performances
so
we've ever seen in the history
sneaky
of this great game, which dates all the way back to the 1940s. Liz Shannon Miller coming on the scene, and then you have Paul Oyama. So these are two of the young stars, not just of today, but of tomorrow. And like Christian said, one of them is going to take a huge step forward. The other one is going to get that first loss. And that L column,
the agony of defeat.
You really test the player's mettle. How are you going to bounce back?
It's true, and I'll tell you right now, the dungeon needs a win. This is going to be their third straight loss if they don't pull it off here too. Can Oyama do it? But Miller is. She also wants to get. It's funny because not to a place to where it's like a Roca Merle situation, but Merle was the one who took the title away from her friend Ethan Irwin. So there might be some kind of a fun redemption story for Liz if she can get to that title match to play Dan Merle.
Yeah.
Either one of these competitors will be a great challenge for the champion. And we're going to find out. Here is the tail of the tape, Mark. Let's start off with Liz Shannon Miller.
What are we looking at?
Liz Shannon Miller, you've got classics. You have 80s or 90s movies. And she's also has a fantastic hat. I like that hat.
Great variety.
I got a hat too.
Big
Like I can't wear it with these
Yes.
headphones.
Like
on.
Lando's
Very
tape.
uncomfortable.
Primetime Paul Oyama. Classics. Anything from the 90s and up, I guess, is one of his strengths too.
Are those classics?
Yeah. No, classics and then.
Oh, and then the 90s.
No, that would be modern classics, which nobody wants.
But one of a good
Don't
skill.
do it. Don't do
being
it.
a dick. It's one of
Ow!
the skills.
Ow!
Don't do one of those. All right, so that's it. Mark, you ready to go?
Do.
I believe that's exactly what he would like. Ladies and gentlemen, it's
the
time
old
for the
movie trivia Schmoedown. The old Deke logo.
Anything off their
Dick.
Introducing first, with a record of
Will we get the
3 wins,
dance again?
no defeats, and 1 knockout, She is lightning.
Yeah,
Liz
had to switch the shirt up to this because, you know, ow, Superman.
Here comes Liz.
There's Liz. She's
She
ready
is
to play.
right to the table.
Just wants to play some trivia.
Oh,
get it
no
done,
dancing.
Get herself to that title match.
What a shame.
I can see myself.
What a shame.
All right.
She's ready to go.
I can see myself on screen too. It's called Cyberlink UCam, which probably don't exist anymore. Whoa,
Representing
whoa, Yama. Whoa, Yama. Whoa, Yama.
with a record of 3 wins, no defeats, and 1.
Still don't know any other lyrics to that.
Primetime, Paul Oyama. Out the gate, right at the top.
Somebody send me the lyrics to this song if you can understand the lyrics too. I can't.
One more, and Oyama, this is it. Can they didn't get a chance to get to that IG title, but can they get to the singles title? Paul Oyama shaking the hand of Lightning Liz, and they are ready to play here, Mark.
You call it Collision 3, I call it the Kaiser Variety Hour. He's been appearing frequently on stage.
He really has.
And now
Not
we
wrong.
move on to this singles matchup in which the competitors will be faced with 3 rounds of movie trivia know-how. In round number 1, you're going to hear 8 questions. These are questions asked to the field. Each question is worth 1 point.
The
There's no
field,
points for missing a
as in
question. There is no
2
stealing
people.
in round number 1. As soon as we ask the question,
Which includes
please
me,
use about
so I guess
15
we're up
seconds
to
write down
2
your
1/4.
best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in
I consider
front of you.
myself a
Once
quarter
we ask
of a
you by
player.
name to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote
Sad.
on the whiteboard.
But
to your
honesty's the best
respective
policy,
camera. At
kids.
the same time, you verbalize your answer into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor you have 3 usages of the JTE rule. If you need to hear a question again, you want to repeat it, or you just want to buy yourself 15 more seconds
You
to
want to
answer
stall.
the question, use a JTE rule. Each competitor also has 1 challenge to be used at any time throughout the 3-round match. Christian, do you understand the rules, or were you sleeping?
I fell asleep, but I'm up. All right, so we start with Paul Oyama.
where
Are you
am I?
ready?
Set your clocks. Let's do this.
And Liz Shannon Miller, are you ready?
I have no clever catchphrase, but let's do it.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown.
Yay!
I think we just found it.
Yeah, I have no catchphrase.
I think we just found it. I don't
Give
have
me a
it.
call. I'll give you
Find out.
27 catchphrases.
All right, here we go. Here we
Hooray!
go. Starting with, question number 1 is
Yippee!
action and adventure. Which film in the Fast and Furious franchise introduced Agent Luke Hobbs as played by Dwayne Johnson?
Your buddy.
Yeah.
Run the clip.
No, we don't have that clip.
No, we don't have it.
He down the hall.
You're gonna set me up.
That's right, I just said it.
I say it for Schwarzenegger.
5.
Big Show, you come on down.
Two. Not paying attention. 1. Pens down and Paul.
Fast 5.
Yes. Liz?
Fast and Furious. So
Correct.
you have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Oyama goes up here 1-0.
All right.
Next question.
Move on to the world of directors. And your question is,
Lots of
who
movies have them.
directed the 2018 film A Simple Favor? I'm going to guess the favor wasn't as simple as they initially thought.
I don't like that joke.
That's
fine.
It's a comment.
It's play on words. 5,
4 out of 10.
3,
I don't
2,
know.
1. Liz?
Paul Feig.
That is correct.
Oh.
And
Incredible first name, Paul Feig.
yes, that is correct.
No, that was a better
Next
joke.
question. Next question. Dramas. Who played British Lieutenant T.E. Lawrence in David Lean's Lawrence of Arabia?
Boy, talking about an all-time classic there.
Dennis Zen's favorite.
Just recently played at ArcLight.
5,
Big screen.
4, 3,
Too old.
2, 1.
Movie's
Paul.
too old. I don't remember.
Never going back to that desert. Peter O'Toole.
Yes. Liz Shannon.
Oh.
Shoot.
Oh, and Alec Guinness. Okay, no.
Not
so
Sir
Paul,
Alec Guinness, although we're
Okay.
big fans of him around these
Paul
parts.
going up 3.
Star Wars gag.
Moving on
Always
to
gotta go
comic
back to Star
book
Wars.
Movies.
Comic
Movies based
book
on comic books. Your question. What does Captain Marvel crash into while arriving on Earth after escaping the Skrulls?
Yay. A question that I know.
It's just such a nice come down after an Inner Geekdom matchup to ask a comic book movie.
And 5, 4, 3.
A blockbuster video.
1. Liz.
Blockbuster Video.
Yes, it is. Paul.
Blockbuster Video.
What a
Correct.
difference.
4-2.
Blockbuster Video.
4-2.
They
All
will
right.
guarantee that your new release is in stock.
Good
Thank you to all the good people working at Blockbuster Video. I'll see you later on tonight.
All one of
Tell
them.
you the truth about that. Fantasy sci-fi.
They're still
Fantasy
around.
sci-fi.
There's one left.
What
in
2016
Oregon.
fantasy film takes place in Azeroth, a realm of humans and orcs?
Oh, crap.
These humans and these orcs get together.
It's just a ruckus.
It's a disaster.
It's a pure ruckus. I'm with you. 5, 4, 3.
I just do this when I don't know. Shot my leg.
Warcraft.
Yes.
Oh, Warcraft.
World of Warcraft. I probably won't get this. Will I?
No, we can't give
Yep.
you World of Warcraft.
Oh.
She wrote too much.
Yes.
What a shame.
5-2.
5-2, and then
I
we
should've
move on
known
to the
that.
next category. This is in the world of comedies.
Ah!
Good question.
Ah!
Which
I can't
actor
blame him. It's already been
played
3
a
hours.
Star Trek ship captain narrated the 2012 comedy Ted.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Oyama looks determined. Really
Yeah,
determined right now.
Have you ever checked to see if his sunglasses have the answers
5.
written inside of them?
4, like the mirrors in the back.
Yeah.
Jean-Luc Picard,
2.
Patrick Stewart.
1, pens down. Liz.
Patrick Stewart.
Yes. And Paul.
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it. Missed it. Wow.
Paul!
So that was the perfect game. And Liz starts to crawl
There was-
back here.
there's only
2
3 of
down
them to
now. That was a
choose
big
from.
miss by Oyama. Here's the next question.
Shatner, who'd never do it.
/
Stewart,
is the next
or Chris
question.
Pine, who'd never do it.
Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Banks take on an alien parasite in what 2006 film directed by James Gunn?
Now it feels like we have a match now.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it just depends on this question here. 5, 4.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, that's your first one. Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Banks take on an alien parasite in what 2006 film directed by James Gunn?
Hey, when did we stop calling him JT and just go into JT?
We didn't.
Which one came first?
Lon Harris does the same thing all the time.
Lon Harris does.
Yeah.
The professor.
This is
5.
probably not right.
4.
This is probably not even a movie.
2.
Can I get
Species.
Omar repeat the question?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
And Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Banks take on an alien parasite in what 2006 film directed by James Gunn?
Okay, Fillion Banks versus the parasite. Who you got?
Fillion and Banks.
Nah, I got the parasite all day long.
5, 4, 3.
Species.
2,
The movie that probably
1.
doesn't
Paul?
exist.
Slither.
Yes.
Oh.
Liz?
Didn't have it.
Didn't have
The
it.
two
Okay.
JT rules didn't pay off.
Didn't pay off.
All right, it is
I have heard of that
6-3
movie.
as we move into the last category in round number 1. Category 8, and this is in the world of animated movies. They're drawn
Yay.
movies.
Movie.
Question.
One I actually might get.
What is the name of the leader of the Sharks that brings Marlin and Dory to the fish are friends, not food meeting in Finding Nemo?
Oyama so far having a pretty solid game. Miller needs at least 1 more point. Doesn't want to be down too many points going in around.
I've not seen this movie as much as most of the other Pixar movies,
5,
but I believe it's
4,
Bruce.
3, 2, 1. We start with Liz.
Bruce?
Yes, it is. And Paul?
Bruce the Shock.
There you go. Bruce. That was good by good pull there by Liz. She only finds herself down 3 points.
So
here as we
Paul
get into
missed
round
one
number 2.
question,
That's
and
the
it was the
wheel
question
round.
I thought
Paul
was the
having a
easiest
strong
one of
round
all.
like he has been doing in previous matches.
Interesting.
He's got 7
Very
points.
interesting.
But again, Liz only is down by 3. We've seen many competitors come back from a 3-point deficit, especially with round number 2. How's that go?
That's why we call it the Wheel of Fate, Doom, and Justice.
No,
You look
they
at
call
that
it the
figure,
Wheel
some
of
10
Death.
different categories of
It's
movies
JTE
that
rule
know
that
how,
they
as well as
use
what
will
are
be a
competitive
risk they
threads,
might not
opponents,
try.
fan favorites,
Wheel
spinners,
of Death,
choice.
gotta
Each
pray to
category
the
is gonna take
wheel.
4
It's
questions.
damn
Each
invade.
question's worth 2 points.
It's
There's
all
no
let
penalty
there
for
be
missing a
no
question. However,
debate.
there is
Wheel of
stealing
Death.
available
Oh,
in round
the
number 2.
Lex
So if you're not
insane gun
sure
has a
of
belt
the
he
answer,
must
ask for his multiple choice.
reclaim.
We'll give you 4 options.
Wheel
one
of
which is the
Death,
correct
gotta
answer.
pray
At that
to
point
the
in time, question goes
wheel.
down to 1.
All right, so Liz has 1 JTE rule left. And
Dang
1
you,
challenge,
Chris
and
Carter.
Paul has
Always
previous
that
JTE
song
rules
will
and
be
1 challenge.
infinitely
Paul
stuck
Oyama
in my
is in the
head.
lead by 3 points.
Many
Paul
people
jumps
probably don't
first
even
to the
remember
front.
that song.
Go for it.
You're going to have Liz go. Liz,
The
please spin from the wheel
Pokemon
and out
parody
ahead.
Spin the Wheel, the
Liz
Wheel of
Shannon
Death.
with her spin.
Big spin from Liz. Big spin from Liz.
We've seen this so many times. You go into
Yeah.
round number 2 with the lead, but the way that wheel turns is a mystery.
Well, that's the question. She's had tremendous luck in her first 3. She's gotten categories that she definitely knows very well, and I believe she's aiming.
Not going to be able to leg out a spinner's
Look,
choice here, but it could
it's
be
comedy.
comedies.
Comedies? Gonna go with comedies.
Okay.
Go with comedies.
All right.
Interesting.
Go with the yucks.
Liz is going
With
with
the
comedies. And here we go, Liz. You're gonna get 4 questions in comedies. All right. Here's the first question. In Sorry to Bother You, who plays Cash's uncle, Sergio Green?
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Danny Glover, B, Terry Crews, C, Cedric the Entertainer, or D, Forrest Whitaker?
Terry Crews.
For 1 point.
Oh. I would have said Whitaker, so I've been
funny.
what a shot.
Yep. Question 2. What comedy duo play the Wedding Crasher duo of Jeremy and John in 2005?
Owen Wilson and
Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson.
Yes,
Vince
it
Vaughn,
is.
yes.
2 points. Okay. Question 3. Who plays Martin Lawrence's undercover partner John in 2000's Big Mama's House?
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Eddie Griffin, B, Terrence Howard, C, Steve Zahn, D, Paul Giamatti?
Paul Giamatti.
Steve Zahn.
It's incorrect. For this, you either have A, Eddie Griffin, B, Terrence Howard, C, Steve Zahn, D, Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti.
For 1 point, that's correct.
Big Mama's House, very funny movie.
Yep.
Martin, one of the
I know
best
my
sitcoms
Paul's
in the
right.
90s.
All right.
Oh,
All right,
yeah,
this is the
another
last
great
question.
Paul.
How many Heather characters were there? Malevolent? What's that?
There you go.
Malevolent. You
Malevolent.
What is it?
Big word.
I can't
$10
get it.
word.
How many Malevolent Heather characters were there in the black comedy Heathers?
I need clarification
That's
on that
fine.
question.
How many?
How many characters were named Heather?
Yep.
3.
That's correct.
Thanks.
For 2
See?
points. Sorry.
Piece of cake.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Big answer for her, too.
How many Heathers were in
now
Heather?
we get to Paul
Done.
Oyama, who
That's
finds
all you
himself down
need.
a point as he goes to spin the wheel.
Rules to live by from
To
JTH.
spin for the wheel.
This has
Now,
been a public
okay,
service
okay,
announcement
okay.
from your good friend,
Oh, what a shocker.
JTH.
Kaiser working around the wheel.
There's the spin.
Big money, big money, big money.
Like a buoy out there.
Yeah, Kaiser looking at the wheel like it owes him money.
Uh-oh. No, it's going to go past it.
All right, so he is going to be maybe looking at drama.
Nope,
Scarlett
Scarlett
Johansson.
What's
All
he
right.
gonna do?
This is to answer questions based on her, not meet her.
Oh.
One more time.
He's going to spin it again.
Well, if it's not Demeter, then why bother?
Kid who really knows, I got to tell you though, at 22 or whatever he is, he really knows how to play the game very well.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see
Thinks
that.
his way around the
You
match.
do. You don't see that a
very
lot
well.
from rookies. He knows the game very well. He's been watching the Schmoedown for a long time. He knows how to play the game. It's been impressive to watch what he's doing.
He's going to go past Spinner's choice here, and he might end up on one of the greatest actors of all
Kurt
time.
Russell.
He does.
Mm.
Kurt Russell.
I guess they're happy about it.
Well, Kaiser's happy,
Yeah.
but Kaiser's not answering the questions.
All right, Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell.
All right, Paul, I'll be asking you your questions about American treasure, hell, worldwide treasure, and great wine taster, Kurt Russell. Your first question. What 1980s Disney animated film stars the voice talents of Kurt Russell and Mickey Rooney?
Yeah, Fox and the
Fox
Hound.
and the Hound.
2 points. Correct. 2 points. All right, your next one. Kurt Russell starred with Mel Gibson and Michelle Pfeiffer in what 1988 crime thriller?
Maybe Robert Towne's Tequila Sunrise.
Wow.
It is Tequila Sunrise. That is the answer. All right. Next question. What was the name of the boat in Captain Ron? Whew.
I'm going to go multiple choice.
Yeah, that's
By
a
that,
that's
is
a
it
thinker.
The Wanderer. B, Venture.
The
C,
Wanderer.
The Surprise.
Yeah,
D,
the
Ocean
Wanderer.
Runner.
The Wanderer?
He wandered into a point.
One more point.
Ah, that was a total guess. I just wanted to sing the song. I roam around, 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 around. I'm the type of guy who
All right,
likes
next
to
question.
roam around. I'm never in one
Last
place.
And Kurt
I
Russell's
roam
opinion
from town to town.
for today. In what Western does Kurt Russell play Sheriff Franklin Hunt?
Bone Tomahawk.
2 more points.
That's impressive.
Paul Oyama.
That's impressive.
Very impressive knowledge.
That's impressive. That's very impressive. finds himself now. It's 15-9 as we get into round number 3. That was a very
He might have
impressive
just
by Paul Oyama.
slammed the door
As
shut.
impressive as Kurt Russell's hair is.
Yeah, so now we
Or my beard.
with Oyama
Epic
with 15,
beard.
Miller with 9. She's gonna have
Sexy
to fight
ass
here to
beard.
stay in the game as we get to round number 3. How's that go?
Round number 3 works like thus. In round number
Pick
3,
2 and you win.
Except
it didn't. Kind of didn't happen in the first match. I'm sorry, Ginny. I'm so sorry.
Know-how. The first question here is worth 2 points. Your next one's worth 3 points, and your last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 points. We need numbers from each competitor, but because Paul Oyama currently enjoys a 15-9 advantage, we're going to get your 3 numbers first. Mr. Primetime, what would you like?
8, 17, and 12.
8, 17, and 12 for
They're
Paul
all
Oyama.
available.
And Liz?
14, 15, and 16.
14, 15, and 16 from Lightning Liz. Liz, you're going to start here first. Try to avoid the TKO here as we get to question number, your 2-pointer, which is number from 14, and that would be musicals. Musicals. Okay, Liz. In West Side Story, Maria's brother Bernardo is the leader of which gang?
The Sharks.
The Sharks.
It's not Paul Oyama's nickname, but that is correct.
I mean, it could have been.
Yeah, that is correct.
No,
Sell it.
never.
All right, so
Never,
Liz
never.
is still in the game here as she gets to now her 3-pointer. Number 15, crime films. Crime films. Okay. All right. In Heat, name the actor who is gunned down in the street by Al Pacino after trying to use a little girl as a human shield.
Val Kilmer.
Looking for Tom Sizemore.
Yeah, the juice.
Tom Sizemore.
Tom Sizemore.
All
Great
right.
point break.
So Liz has to hit her 5-pointer here. If she hits it, it bounces back to Paul. However, if she misses, Primetime Paul Oyama will be the new #1 contender and will face Dan Murrell for the championship. Liz chose category 16. That's new releases.
Okay.
New releases. Here we go. 5-pointer. Which Parks and Rec alumni voices Donna Lou Who, Cindy's overworked single mother, in 2018's The Grinch?
Amy Poehler.
Rashida Jones.
For 5 points.
Wow. Still alive.
All right, so she keeps herself alive. She avoids the TKO. And now Paul Oyama has 3 opportunities to make himself the #1 contender. He just needs to hit 1 out of the 3. Mark, he chose number 8.
That's right. And the Sharks, first category.
Ow!
Excuse me. The Primetime Sharks, first category. Number 8 corresponds to the world of the 2000s. These are 2000 to 2009, and that's worth 2 points. And in this particular scenario, the win for you, Mr. Oyama. Your question. Richard Kelly directed Jake Gyllenhaal in what 2000s thriller?
Danny boy, you better be ready. Donnie Darko.
And your winner, and new #1 contender facing Dan Murrell for the title, Primetime Paul Oyama. Oyama is the #1 contender, but what a battle by Liz. Shannon Miller coming back there, and now she is 3-1. We'll probably see her in the tournament.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt, somebody to pose possibly a threat in the playoff format that we have, the Ultimate Schmoedown. And when you look at Paul Oyama, I like what I saw from the post-game just there, because you see how excited everybody is, and the dungeon gets a W, and Kaiser's very pumped up. He also goes up to Liz Shannon Miller, congratulates her on a game well played. I like that. You can still be intimidating and have just a speck of class.
Well, I think that was the thing. He's got the fire in his belly. You can definitely see it from this kid. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he said Dan better be ready. He wants Dan Murrell.
When he said Danny Boy, I thought he was answering Donnie Darko incorrectly.
Oh, Danny boy. Danny boy.
Arguably the best player we've ever seen in this game.
He's on the Mount Rushmore.
He's the best.
Right next to 3 of me.
He's 12-4.
No, he's the Statue of Liberty. There's only one of them.
He retired with the belt.
Was there something happening off camera?
Yeah, but again, Dan Murrell right now, 3rd.
Stan's probably flipping you off again, just like at the free-for-all.
For a second time now, and it'll be against Primetime Paul Oyama, who can do something that in singles I don't believe has ever happened. A rookie going undefeated to win the championship. We know that Ethan won the title as a rookie. We know that Mara Kanopik won the Inner Geekdom as a rookie going undefeated. But Primetime Paul Oyama has a shot to be the youngest champion of all time by a long margin. And now we're going to talk to Jen Sturger first.
Winning the title by a record of, it's not even close.
Liz, you're obviously shaken up after that. Do you think playing under the lights affected you today?
No, I mean, I've been playing under the lights before, and I think honestly, like, I guess I should have brought 3 of my best friends to help me out and hang out with me on the set. That would have been fun.
Hopefully they're better company.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? But I think it was he's a really great competitor. He knew his stuff.
We just talked about this, Liz. Watch your language.
He really knows his stuff. He's very, very cool, very calm, very collected. I respect the hell out of him.
Which is more than most of us do. But you've done such a great job since you've come into this league. I think this rookie class has proven themselves to be incredibly dominant. Obviously, you're 3-1 now, but you're going to be in the singles tournament. Are we looking forward to that now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've, learned a lot from playing so far, and hopefully we'll just take that forward.
Oh, I love your optimism. Liz, shake this off. We're going to see you again soon.
All right, thank you.
Back to you guys.
Liz Shannon Miller showing exactly what she's been showing since the moment she walked into this league.
Crowd favorite.
She's a crowd favorite. She's very knowledgeable. She's just a class act all the way around, and we're happy to have her in the league. And we're going to be happy.
Class act, likable, nice person,
but
like
now,
me.
Finally, the Dungeons got themselves a win. They're feeling good. They got a little more pep in their step, and they've got their golden boy with them right now. It is Primetime Paul Oyama.
The shark. He's a shark now.
Going up against the champ, Dan Murrell. Let's hear from Jen.
Kaiser, I see you feel like a little redeemed now.
Well, Primetime's record speaks for itself. He took out the kid, who I even have trouble hating. He took out, who else did you take out? You took out Baby Cobra. You took out Lightning Louise just now. Let me tell you something. Merle better watch his back, because I know that kid's a legend, but, that old farmer better get ready. I know he's got a strong work ethic. He's up at 5 milking cows before his matches, whatever he's got to do. But when he faces Primetime, he better get ready, because this kid is ready to roll, and I'm ready to take him out.
And I just learned that Dan Murrell has a farm.
E-I-E-I-O.
Now, if you're facing Dan next. When you face Dan, you have the potential to be 5-0 and the first singles champion, the youngest singles champion at that since Mara. How are you feeling about this?
Ready. I'm going to come to that match prepared, as I always do, and I hope that Dan does too. Talk a lot of trash about lots of people in this league, but Dan is someone that I respect and someone that I want to beat very badly, and we're going to make it happen.
Are you intimidated at all facing the GOAT? I mean, he is the GOAT. Sorry, Sam.
Being intimidated gets you nowhere. I'm just gotta come and play my game. I can't answer his questions for him. So all I do is play my game, and if I win, which, yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, intimidated is not the word.
Look, I've got some new plans before you try and blind my competitor here with the mic. I'm going to send this kid to the Huang Fu Shaolin temples for a couple weeks. He's going to be studying, meditating, praying, watching the Criterion Collection front to back. And when he comes back to the dungeon, he's going to bring us a championship, and you can bet on that, Merle.
I don't know if we have all that in the budget, so hopefully you've got a Patreon. Back to you guys.
Well, again.
Yeah, strong words and a tinge of racism from Kai.
Well, well, it's one more thing to boo him when next time, whether he shows up at a live event or whatever it is. But the dungeon needed that win. They really did. And you look at what Paul Oyama has done in his run here. It's impressive. You can say what you want about the guy. Yeah, is he the most likable character in the world? No, not at all. He's quite hateable. But the thing is, he's a great competitor. He really is a great competitor.
See, they're finally saying hate.
So much. How he knows.
Took him long enough.
At his age. He's like 22 or whatever he is. How he knows as much as he does and so much confidence. It's very rare. And honestly, it reminds me of Dan Murrell, of the way that he answers questions and the knowledge that he knows. This is going to be a fight between him and Murrell. It's going to be a very intense, a great fight.
Yeah, I mean, youth versus experience here. But Paul Oyama, what I like about him, yes, you said he has that intimidation factor, and he's got a little bit of the heel going for him. But I like that he respects the game, and he respects the game's history. And nobody's a bigger part of that than Dan Murrell. He is woven into the fabric of the movie trivia Schmoedown, and it's going to be quite an epic clash when those two get together.
Well, yeah, it's the Dungeon versus the Horseman, and we're going to see that lead up as we get closer and closer. It's not that far away. It's going to happen in July. Dan Murrell and Paul Oyama will go head-to-head to see who will be the champion. Will Dan get yet another defense, or will we see the youngest champion of all time rising from the fan leagues just a year ago to now becoming the #1 contender in a very short time, undefeated? He is
and more importantly,
4-0.
Friend of JTH.
Dan Murrell, he will be 5-0 and the youngest champion.
Probably not, though.
I know there will be a lot of support his way. I know the fan leagues love the guy. He is a legend in the fan leagues, and should he beat Dan Murrell, he could start his way into becoming a legend in the Schmoedown.
Hey, kid's 22 years old. When I was 22, I'd seen like 4 movies my entire life. This guy knows a lot about a lot of different genres of movie knowledge, and I guess that's it for the collision. So thanks for watching, everybody. You can
not quite yet.
Oh, okay. Click.
Not quite
Click.
yet, Mark. 3 down. But we've got one
more.
One left to go. That is right. The main
How
event
did the host
is
forget
right
that?
around the corner, and what a main event it is. You have the team championship on the line. You have the challengers, which is crazy to say, the challengers, the Shirewolves, the reigning Intergeekdom champion, Rachel the Crusher Cushing, and her partner, the legend, classy Clark Wolf. They were 6-0. They were 6-0 when they went up against the Odd Couple, the #1 contenders, and they thought, we thought, a lot of people thought that they were going to come out with that win. It did not happen. The Odd Couple won in a very close match, but because the Shirewolves defended twice, Mark, that's the main event, and that's why we're here today.
I am very excited to watch this epic clash. It's going to be a 5-rounder, kids, because, again, belts are on the line, so we're going to have buzzers, we're going to have betting, and it's going to be an epic
buzzers
knockout,
and gambling and beer.
Match, closing out collision.
Yeah.
You're not going to get an epic match without an epic promo.
Oh, the 3 Bs.
Eric, the Nerd Chronicle.
Buzzers, betting, and beer. The 3 Bs. Unlike LeVar Ball. And there's the Jefferson's theme.
Mark Andreyko, the long journey has finally concluded.
He gets a belt.
He is finally a champion. Mark Andreyko has won the championship.
Bibiani, Bateman, lots of us know this is like the white whale, and to finally conquer it even once makes you feel like you belong to be here.
Jeff Snyder is a team champion again.
To be the first person to win on 2 different teams is a huge success. You're going down in Schmoedown history. And Draco, this has been a long time coming, and I could not be more proud of you guys. This was not luck. This was you guys.
When they announced Mark Andreyko as my partner, I let out a woo-hoo because I was excited. I knew we could do great things in this league.
Mark Andreyko?
Yes! Yes!
You're going to be pairing with Jeff Snyder in Anarchy.
Yep, he's definitely the bad cop to my good cop, but I think that balances out well, and Roxy will be an interesting addition because I think Roxy's a really good manager.
Lost fair and square, that's true, but I think you guys proved today that you're a force to be reckoned with, and you can take it all the way.
Planes, Trains, Automobiles. Boo!
Yes. Five. Clark and Andreyko get it.
Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
Are you
Snyder.
kidding me?
Is the letters to Iwo Jima?
Yes.
Off today. Tessa Thompson.
That's correct. Didn't have a tie game.
1995.
1994.
That's correct.
That is a
steal. Big steal.
Christine Baranski?
We are tied going into round number 3. Mark.
Nope. Sorry.
Steven Spielberg.
Tie game.
We were tied going in. We're tied coming out.
Apu is incorrect.
Key Largo.
Incorrect.
The road to El Dorado.
Brad Pitt and Matt Damon.
It was tough. It was a tough match. It was well fought and well played.
We were lucky to escape the Shirewolves today because I know I didn't play my best game, and I can't wait for a rematch to show them how good I really am.
When you do what the Shirewolves have done and accomplished in this league,
I feel really good about not only what we did today, but our legacy so far.
Whatever it takes to get to that belt.
Whatever
We're
it
going
takes.
To earn it.
Oh,
We are
and
the
I'm not wearing Avengers.
Right now.
The fact that they won 2 straight defenses.
We'd be eager to do it again.
Rachel Cushing and Clark Wolf could be the first to ever repeat right away. What a main event for Collider Collision we have now as Mark Andreyko takes his first championship. Jeff Snyder, the first person to ever win the title twice. And now what a challenge for the new champions as their their first defense of the titles. The Shirewolves get a chance because they've defended the title twice to take on the Odd Couple.
I think the Shirewolves are going to be gunning for those belts once again.
It was a good reminder.
It's fuel to the fire. You learn every match.
Collision, you know, they're going to get an automatic rematch against you guys at Collision.
We will bring that A game. That means we do it at Collision. We'll do it at Collision.
They have 6 straight victories, 2 title defenses.
You enjoy that belt because we're taking it back.
You guys have proven to play very well in live scenarios.
Doesn't matter who it is, we're going to answer the call.
They knew going into this, yeah, we know that we have to play our best, but they knew they had that in their back pocket. Here they go, main event, Collision. We get to see this amazing match.
Wearing that mask, the new Vinstock mask.
I have a feeling Collision's going to be a barn burner.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, if you weren't excited before, you should be now because there is the promo for the Team Championship, the rematch between the current champions, the Odd Couple, Jeff Snyder, Mark Andreyko, and the legends. You have Classy Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing. And Jeff Snyder, also, by the way, has to be touted for the fact that he is the first guy to ever win the team championship twice, 2 different teams. Mark Andreyko had a journey to where, for a long time, was he going to win a belt? Could he win a belt? And what a great moment. What a nice emotional moment when he did do it, showing how much it meant, showing how much he really wanted this, and the partnership between both him and Snyder and Roxy Stryer. Roxy Stryer, who's also making a big case to be manager of the year, the way she works with these guys.
And best slapper in the game.
In check. They truly are the Odd Couple. But to win, to keep on to those titles, as you know, it is very hard to do, especially when you're staring over at Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing.
Well, that's the big question with the Odd Couple was, are they going to be able to complement each other's strengths? Will they have good team chemistry?
Right.
The very definition of team chemistry is, it relates to the Schmoedown, is the Shirewolves. They've done it so many times. They've been so great for so long. And I have great news for everybody in the studio. I've just been told in my ear from a semi-drunk producer, Schmoedown Collision 3 is now trending on Twitter as a hashtag. We are trending on Twitter alongside other great hashtags such as Waffle House and Norway.
Perfect. So keep that
Norway?
hashtag going.
What do they do?
Especially for this main event, Schmoedown Collision 3 and Shirewolves versus Odd Couple. Live tweet about it. Get it out there. Comment, like, share, do the whole thing. Well, don't share this one yet, but share it on Friday.
Easy.
Share it on Friday. But, guys, thank you
Pump the
so
brakes.
much for watching. We're so excited for you to be here with us for this main event. Mark?
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Do we do a tail of the tape?
We got to do a tail of the tape. We do a
Yeah.
tail
I
of the
mean, they're good at everything.
Pump the
We do a tail of
brakes.
the tape, and the tail of the tape is exactly this. You have the Shirewolves horror movies. You could say Lord of the Rings fantasy movies if you wanted to, and just kicking ass and taking names.
Being friends.
So that's about everything.
Odd Couple, you also have whether it is musicals, okay? It could be Tarantino.
I don't think that's Jeff's
and
strength.
Being strange, odd, and offensive, but that's just Snyder.
Having a very fun intro theme song.
Yes, and Draco is a hell of
That Jefferson's
Okay,
theme
here we
song.
go,
The
ladies and
greatest
gentlemen.
ever.
Now I'm ready.
All right. It's time for the
Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Yay! Superman is ready,
rounds for the
but he's
Movie
not
Trivia
here.
Schmoedown Team Championship of the World. Introducing first, the challengers with a record of 6 wins, 1 defeat, and 2 knockouts. They are the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Champions, Classy.
Feel like drinking out of a cuckoo
and
nut.
the Inner Geekdom Champion, Rachel the Crusher Cushing, the Shirewolves.
This kind of music. Oh, they're wearing my shirt. I should run over there and grab it. I was actually thinking of wearing that shirt.
That have longed to see the return
Crap.
of the Shirewolves. They know know what to do. They've been here before.
Nice intro and nice outfit. Just very kind of relaxed. I like what they're doing there. And their opponents.
Jefferson's theme is the greatest of all time.
Roxy Stryer.
Jefferson's greatest theme.
Defending, movie trivia Schmoedown champions of the world, the Insider, Jeff Snyder, and Mark the Android and Draco, the Roxy, and there are, what in the world is that?
I don't know what I'm looking
What in the world is
Yeah.
that?
Jeff!
That is odd.
You just gotta hope none of these bubbles get anywhere near.
He's a Rainbow Warrior!
Look at the belt.
He's not Jeff Snyder!
Again. How many times
He's Jeff Gordon! Jeff Gordon! Gotta thank Ray Abraham, Rainbow Warrior, Great 24, DuPont, Monte Carlo. Gotta thank DuPont, Quick State, Pepsi, Fritos, Cheetos, Burrito, Doritos. Winner! I win with the Jeff Gordon impersonation. What is Jeff Gordon doing in Schmoedown?
The challengers have sat down, and Mark, how does round number 1 go?
Round number 1 in this championship 5-round match works like thus. 8 questions.
Gotta thank DuPont, Quaker State, Pepsi, Fritos.
Point per answer. There's no penalty for missing a question. There's no stealing in round
I
number 1.
don't even know if you can
This
see,
is
you
team
can see it.
format. However,
Got my
round
Jeff
number 1
Gordon die cast
individual exercise
right
of movie
there.
trivia. Know how you
Probably
may
can't
not
see it. Probably too
control your
dark.
teammate
Oh well.
In round number 1, although every point
In the classic Rainbow Warrior die cast.
You have 15 seconds to answer each question. When we ask you by name to reveal your best attempt at an answer, please show what you wrote on the whiteboard. At the same time, you verbalize it into the microphone. Each team has 3 uses.
I gotta answer a lot of questions wrong again.
Of the 5-round match.
Why?
One challenge to be used at any juncture, Christian.
All right, so we asked the champions first.
So,
are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Mark Andraco is ready.
And the
Jeff Gordon is
challengers, are you
ready.
Yes, sir. Ready.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Yay! Jeff Gordon, I didn't know you knew trivia.
Odd Couple, Shirewolves, question 1, action adventure. In Kingsman, the Golden Circle, who plays the head of the statesman, Champagne, a.k.a. Champ?
Did you used to have a bit about calling people champ?
I did, but someone else who I've been told I look like has 1 and 2 also. 5, 4,
Well, that narrows
3,
the field, doesn't it?
2, 1. Pens down. Mark Andraco?
Jeff Bridges?
Yes.
Oh.
Sam Jackson.
No, and Snyder?
Jeff Bridges.
Yes. Rachel?
Jeff Bridges.
Okay, so we start out right where we left off here. It's 2-1. 2-1, only 1 point difference as we start question 2.
All right, we delve into the world of crime movies. Something illegal happens. Your question.
Sometimes,
John
unless
C.
it's The
Reilly and
Purge.
Kevin Bacon star as bank-robbing villains that take Meryl Streep and her family hostage in which Curtis Hanson film?
Oh, God.
Oddly subdued crowd for the name Meryl Streep.
I know. Well, 5. You asked this. 4.
Look what you've done.
I did that.
2.
What have you done?
1.
I don't know.
Pens down, please. We start
God
with Clark.
darn it.
Don't have it.
Didn't have it. Snyder?
The River Wild.
Yes.
Oh.
The River Wild.
Yes. Andraco?
The River Wild.
You had it. Okay. Clark Wolf, we'll take you as we start out the first round.
So am I.
First question answer.
So, I feel your pain, Clark.
Question 3. Question 3 here, round 1. Dramas. In 1993's In the Name of the Father, who stars as young Irishman Jerry Conlon?
Man, what are these questions?
You watch that Big Little Lies?
I do. Love it.
How great is
that? Scream? Oh, yeah, we play it on
The Scream.
There's a show we have called Collider Live. We play it often.
Oh, you guys still do
5.
that?
Yeah, we still do
Oh,
it.
good
4.
for you.
Should listen to it. It's great. 3.
Val Kilmer,
2,
no clue.
1. Pens down, please, and we start with Snyder.
Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yes.
Oh.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
And Draco.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Clark.
I said Brad Pitt.
Oh, wow. Okay. Clark's having a little shake to start here. Okay, next
Right,
question.
It is 6-3. The Odd Couple both throwing perfect games so far.
So far.
We move on to sports movies.
Yeah, I might get
The
one.
question is, who does Rocky fight in the climactic boxing match in Rocky 2?
Oh, Rocky 2. They think it's a trick question.
Match coming up with Tom Dagnino, you know that? Looking forward to that one.
It's the easy answer. It's Apollo Creed.
3, 2.
Thank you for the
One,
softball,
start with
guys.
Cushing.
Apollo Creed?
Yes. And Draco.
Apollo Creed.
Yes. Clark.
Apollo Creed.
Yay!
Snyder.
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it.
Ah!
Wow, and because Clark did get that one and Snyder missed, we're only 2 points down now.
Fortunes change, Christian,
Yes,
and we
they
are
do.
already arrived at the moment in the match where we represent the final of the Burnett-Dagnino match.
That is so true, it's sad. All right, here we go.
Sad,
Fantasy sci-fi.
but true.
Fantasy sci-fi is the next question. In what 2018 sci-fi film can the protagonist be found on a mission to acquire 3 keys to unlock the gate to the golden egg?
Sounds hard.
Doesn't sound.
Somebody gives me that offer, I'm like, yeah, the world can end or whatever's going to happen.
I like eggs though. 5.
I like eggs.
5-ish. 4.
Egg white.
3.
Ready Player 1.
2. 1. Pens down, please, and we start with Mark Andreyko. No. Clark.
Nope.
No. Snyder.
Took me a second. Ready Player One.
Yes. Cushing.
Ready Player One.
Yes.
Ready Player One.
Okay, so only 2 points down are the Shirewolves coming back here. Rachel Cushing.
Rachel's pitching a perfect game.
Rachel Cushing is pitching a perfect game. That is very true. Okay, next question.
Always
Thanks for the
work
honesty,
out,
Jeff
I get to
Gordon.
say your next category is comedies.
Ah!
Name the 2003 action comedy in which Harrison Ford and Josh Hartnett play LAPD detectives who investigate the murder of a rap group.
Man.
Trivia for you. Previous movie, Ready Player One.
Yeah.
What song does it open with? You got it. Dude, dude.
Yeah. You watched it recently. 5, 4, 3.
The Odd Couple.
That's it. Snyder. Yes, Rachel.
Nope.
No. And
Oh.
Draco had it. So 10-7.
Why couldn't it be called The Odd
They're
Couple?
down 3, and it is
Do-do-do-do.
10-7. The champions have a 3-point lead as we get to the next question, which is horror/thriller. Elsa Lanchester played the title character in which classic horror sequel? Five, 4, 3,
The
2,
Bride of Frankenstein.
1. Jeff Snyder.
The Bride of Frankenstein?
Yes. Rachel.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Yes. And Mark.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Clark.
I am not going to show you what I wrote down, but it wasn't that.
All right. Clark's a little off today. Clark's just not having the first round she normally has.
Yeah, you don't have to admit what you wrote. If you got it wrong, you can simply say, I did not have the Bride of Frankenstein.
Just didn't have it. All right, next question.
For a Patreon contribution of $500, she will tell you.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Last question.
Is in the world of animated movies. Closing
Ah,
out round
yeah.
number 1. Animated
One I
movies,
might get.
movies drawn on a computer or by hand.
Thanks,
Your
Mark.
question. Who voices the main character, the lion Alex, in the Madagascar franchise?
Oh, God.
You know, we have an Alex here that I'd consider a lion.
Yeah,
Alex
lion, son of a
Marzoni,
bitch.
Ah, language. Language.
Son of a gun. Son of a gun.
Shots
You're right.
fired.
5, 4, 3,
Vince Vaughn.
2, 1. Pens down, and we go to Rachel.
Ben Stiller.
Yes. And
Oh,
Draco.
crap.
Owen Wilson.
No. Clark.
Yeah, no.
No. And Snyder.
No.
No. But because
Wow.
Rachel there gets the points, and it is 12-9. The Shirewolves down by 3. Down by 3, and Rachel did not. She got 7 out of that round.
Yeah,
So-
very good round for Rachel, and then it seemed like all the other competitors at various points in round number 1 still feeling their way around the match, and this is a championship-level competition we have here, so nerves bound to get a little frayed in the early going.
All right, so round number 2. How's it go?
That's why I'm here. It's the wheel round, the wheel of fate,
Ah.
and justice. Each
Thanks,
team
Mark.
gets a spin at that thar wheel. There is no opponent's or spinner's choice on this wheel, which means that we have 12 movie trivia Schmoedown categories. Each category features
Is there a
6
wedge that says
questions.
categories
This
that
is the format,
JTH
so
knows?
6 questions are asked per team.
'Cause
Each
then I
question
might know
for 2
half of
points.
them.
There's no penalty for missing a question. However, there is stealing available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1 point. Because The Odd Couple not only are the favorites, but they also find themselves in the lead 12-9.
And they're
have
also the
option to
champions,
spin first
you know,
or
that
defer
too.
to their opponents. So what would the bespectacled gentleman like?
What would
A
Jeff
gentleman
Gordon like to do?
Normally says ladies first, but I'm not a gentleman.
No,
No,
I think we know.
You're
I
not
think
a
we know that
gentleman.
very well.
You're
That's
Jeff
the
Gordon.
truest thing ever been spoken in this studio.
Go Rainbow
I
Warrior.
don't know what kind. Okay, good for you.
Jeff Snyder
All
preparing
a
for
spin from the wheel there,
a
champ. Not
spin
the.
here.
Now he's made the wheel
here's
all
Jeff Snyder's
soppy.
Ridiculous spin. There it is.
There it goes. Manager Roxy Stryer anxiously looking on.
She is. They're looking to see what is it going to land on here. Something they are happy with, like you said, because the
Animated, because I might get a question right.
To choose either opponent's shirts or not. And
Yeah, it's just a category. So no matter what they pull, they can spin again should they want to use that option.
That's not even close.
Fine,
Not even.
young actor.
Almost the complete opposite side of the wedge.
Keep it. Yeah. Keep it.
They are
I'm the king of the world.
It is.
And then
All right, Leonardo DiCaprio,
Nicholson
the
killed him
champions,
on
will
Celebrity
go
Deathmatch.
first.
Brought to you by Big Bull Beer.
All right, 6 questions in the world of Leonardo DiCaprio.
I got it. All right, here we go. Starting first. DiCaprio played Jim Carroll, who was a drugged-out teenager, in which biographical film?
The Basketball Diaries.
Correct for 2 points. Yep.
Yeah, I ain't getting many of these.
Question 2.
If any.
In Catch Me If You Can.
I said any, not many.
Abagnale poses as a pilot for which airline?
There's a bunch to choose from.
Is it A, Delta, B, United, C, Northwest, or D, Pan Am?
Pan Am.
Delta?
It's incorrect. The choices are A, Delta, B, United, C, Northwest, D, Pan Am.
Pan Am.
For 1 point.
I got one right. I lied to
4
myself.
questions remain for the Odd Couple.
All right, 4 questions remain. DiCaprio starred alongside this leading actress in 1995's The Quick and the Dead.
Sharon Stone.
For 2 points. Okay. All right. What's the name of the ambitious war movie the title character is producing at the beginning of The Aviator?
Hell's Angels.
2 more points.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the 4th one.
All right.
And boy, what a tough one, but 2
Yep.
points go the way of the Odd Couple.
Number 5.
No way
Who
of
played
odd.
Leonardo DiCaprio's deceased wife in the thriller Shutter Island?
Michelle Williams.
2 more points.
Man, how do you know this stuff?
All right.
Do you actually watch DiCaprio films?
All right, here we go. This actress played Sal, the leader of the beach community, opposite Leonardo DiCaprio in The Beach.
Tilda Swinton.
For 2 more points. All right.
Very impressive.
It was an impressive
I gotta
run.
give you a round of applause on that
We
one.
went early DiCaprio, we went mid DiCaprio. That was an entire breadth of that young man's storied career.
All right, so the Odd Couple
He's
season
had
starts
a
up
pretty
right now,
good
22 to 10.
career.
Tessa Clark Wolf is at the wheel. She's going to spin it, and here's a spin.
All right.
There's that spin.
Don't
I
kill
just thought
the
in my head,
wheel.
I think I'll go ahead and put it out there for the world to know. I would consider Clark Wolf to be the best spinner
Easily.
of the wheel in history.
Easily. Well, she's had such a relationship with the wheel in her career from the beginning with the little stinky wheel to this wheel.
Yeah.
A
And this
stinky
wheel's
wheel.
More kind to her over the years.
A
Hated
big
the
block
adult
of
wheel.
stinky
I'll tell
wheel.
you that.
Festival
Darlings.
Yeah.
Spinning away from Festival
spin away
Darlings.
from
There's the
Festival
spin
Darlings.
from
Ah.
Clark Wolf.
Kill the
right, here we
wheel.
go.
I am gonna
Whatever
kill
lands on the Shirewolves gonna be
wheel.
pressed to answer 6.
Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Of movie trivia know-how. Unless, of course, it lands on Leo because we can't give him too big of a head.
Too late.
Yep.
All right, coming around.
What do we
And
landed on here?
it's not
Looks
going to
like
be
it's gonna
Festival
directors.
Darlings again.
It's directors.
Mm.
That could be big. That could be good for the Shirewolves.
All right.
Or it could be bad, because that's one of Mr. Jeff Gordon's strengths.
All right. In the world of directors, your first question. Robert Zemeckis directed Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer in this 2000 thriller.
What lies beneath?
2 points.
2 more points.
All right, next question. 2 more points. Who directed such comedies as Superbad, Adventureland, and Paul?
Oh.
Greg Matola?
2 more points.
Wow, good pull. Good pull by the Shirewolves.
Good thing they knew that. I love
2 more
Paul.
points.
I would
As
never
we
have
get to
known
the
that,
halfway
though.
point in round number 2. Who directed the Pixar films Monsters, Inc. and Inside Out?
Oh, that's Pete Doctor. Yeah.
Pete Doctor.
2 points.
Wow.
The
Here come the
Shirewolves are
Wolves.
perfect.
Here come the Wolves.
Should they maintain this perfection through the last 3 questions, we'll be tied going into round number 3.
Yes, that
The
is
betting round.
true.
Your next question, Shirewolves, in the world of directors, who made his directorial debut with the 1960 comedy The Bellboy?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Jerry Lewis, B, Blake Edwards, C, Jack Lemmon, or D, Woody Allen?
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis?
Hey, lady!
1 more point.
1 point.
Hi, lady. I know lady with high heel
Your
shoes.
question in round
Ah,
number 2.
gotta love
In
Animaniacs.
the area of directors, which actress was the director of the films In the Land of Blood and Honey and By the Sea?
Angelina Jolie?
2 points, and they're within 3 of the Odd Couples lead. All right, so 1 question remains, and if the Shirewolves are able to get this last question, round number 2, right off the bat, they're going to pull to within 1 of the Odd Couple. In the realm of directors, Todd Williams, Henry Joost, and Christopher Landon all directed entries in this recent horror franchise.
The Purge.
Paranormal Activity.
2 more points, and it's a
Wow.
1-point ball game.
What a comeback by the former champs. It is 22-21. They have cut the lead to 1. As we get into round number 3, it looked like a big gap, hard to come back from, but they did it. They're only a point behind as we get into round number 3. That's the betting round. Mark, how's that going?
Yeah, I think those round number 1 nerves are all a thing of the past now, and just in time because round number 3, like you said, Christian, it's the betting round. The team currently in the lead, which in this scenario is the Odd Couple, is going to spin the wheel. Remember, Session lands
how
on 1
much you
question will be
gonna
asked to
risk?
the field
Bow,
in
bow,
that
banana,
realm. The question
ooh.
is going to be worth the point value of the team's choosing. Once
Bonus
you
points if
settle
y'all
this
remember
one,
where that
we're gonna
came
ask you
from.
for a wager between 0 to 3 points. You can bet no points, you can bet 3 points, 1, 2, however many you want, up to 3.
I
And
bet
we'll ask the question. If you get the question right, you get as many
2.175.
points. If you get the question wrong, you lose.
Keep track of that Schmoedown.
All right, Jeff Snyder's going to spin the wheel to find out what category we're asking.
You gotta thank God for an amazing spin there. Thank his crew chief, great pit stops, good track position all day long.
And we're going to be landing
Oh no.
on
Oh
bag.
no,
I love it.
That's what
no.
happened last time.
I
think.
love
That's what
it.
happened last time.
Oh,
didn't
this is
it?
great. Because mixed bag, they
It
don't
could be
know what the
anything.
category is, so they
No,
still
that was
Pretty
that
sure
was
it
the
happened last time with them too.
Oh, this is good stuff.
No,
here.
that-
Mixed bag.
Mixed bag could
Odd
be
Couple
literally
spun it
anything.
in
could
round
be a
2.
book question.
That happened in the Merle Bibiani match.
All right, the team's getting their wagers set. You are allowed to confer with your teammate in the betting round.
Because it's mixed bag, I'm now reducing my
Alright,
my
so
wager
Got the
to
point values ready?
.175.
Thank you,
.175
Thanks very much.
All right, here we go, guys. In Fast Times at Ridgemont High, who plays popular senior Brad Hamilton?
Yuck.
All right, got to write it down. No multiple choice.
Nope. It's for 2 points.
At your disposal. in
Yep.
Round number 3.
We're going to find out for sure, too. As we 5, 4.
I would just turn this dot into a question mark.
With the challengers, how many points?
2.
And you said?
Judge Reinhold.
How many points for the champions?
2.
And you said?
Judge Ryan.
Both correct on both sides, so it's still 1
Yeah.
point here.
Neil.
24,
Neil from the
23.
Santa
And now we
Claus.
get to the speed
Man.
round. This usually makes or breaks a match. It just depends on how it goes, but the speed round, we have, what are the rules?
In number 4, as in rounds, the buzzers come out because Teammates and competitors will have to buzz in, and we call it the speed round because whoever buzzes in first gets a shot at answering that question. There's 5 questions total in the speed round. You may not rely on your teammates' knowledge. This is an individual exercise, although like in round 1, any point that you accrue will be added to your team's total. The way that the speed round works is that each question is worth 1 point. If you get it right, you get the point. If you get it wrong,
Starting to get the troubles
lose
again.
the point. You have exactly 2 seconds to answer the question once I say your name. Christian Harloff will be asking all 5 speed round questions. As soon as I say you by name, then you have exactly 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi to answer the question. If you don't get it right or you're not able to answer correctly within those 2 seconds, you will lose the point. We always like to do a little test here just to make sure the buzzers are working. So Mark Andreyko, this question is going to be asked to you first. What is your teammate's name?
Jeff Gordon.
Robert Meyer Burnett.
My guess was better.
All right, Jeff Snyder, what is your teammate's name?
Mark Andreyko.
What a creative answer.
1 point. All right, Clark Wolf, what is Mark Andreyko's teammate's name?
Jeff Gordon.
It's like a trick question. Jeff Snyder.
Okay, she 1.5 seconds. All right,
She took the high road.
Rachel Cushing, your question is, who is the greatest Intergeekdom player of all time?
All right, I'll say it, me.
The buzzers work.
Yes!
And the confidence is there.
Love it. That's great. All right, cool. Well,
All right, I will just be saying your first name when I call
The
him.
only person I heard scream and yell there was Eric, the editor, who's going to use that in the next clip. I can tell you. All right.
Me.
Champions, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Challengers, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Who played the title character in Uncle Buck?
John Candy.
Correct.
Mark had it.
What film released in 2014 won the Best Picture at the Academy Awards?
Rachel.
Birdman.
Correct.
Oh.
3 questions remain.
Okay. Denzel Washington had famously never done a sequel to one of his films.
Mark.
Equalizer.
Yes. Oh, actually, no. No. The full question is, Denzel Washington had famously never done a sequel to one of his films until which 2018 film? The answer is The Equalizer 2.
Challenge.
All right, so the challenge is on the table. We will go to a ruling, and we'll be...
Oh, dear. Oh, bother!
We are back, and after consulting with the judge as well as Christian and myself, we have decided that the ruling does stand. The point will not be awarded to Mark Andreyko or his team, the Odd Couple. They will lose a point because the full
Can we
question
hear that question again?
had the answer of the Equalizer 2. This is why the speed round is so challenging, is that you want to buzz in with the right answer, but sometimes in your rush to do so, you buzz in before you hear the full question asked. The question had the answer, the Equalizer 2.
What was the question? Can you repeat it?
Yes, I can. Denzel Washington had famously never done a sequel to one of his films until which 2018 film? Which would be The Equalizer 2. The first equal. Yeah. All right. All right.
Tough break, and we have one more question to go.
Two more.
Two more questions. Two more questions to go in the speed round.
All right, here we go. Question number 4. Which 2005 Steve Carell film served as Judd Apatow's direct?
Jeff.
The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yes. All right.
Didn't take him long to get back on the train. Last question in the speed round.
Last one. Which Oscar-nominated coming-of-age movie was filmed over a 12-year period?
Mark.
Boyhood.
Yes.
And Mark Andreyko goes back, too. That's a big play for the Odd Couple.
I feel so bad for Mark, though, because he seems to always be the one that falls victim of the buzz-in or the answer too quick
50
thing.
points have been scored. Half by each team.
Tie game as we get to the
I mean,
final
it's just,
round, the
it's
championship
a
round.
shame that it's always Mark that is done in by
retained
this.
or distributed in the final round, round number 5. Each team is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers
It's just
may
a
range
damn
from 1
shame.
to 20. Each number corresponds to a different corner of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. Your first question is worth 2 points. Next one's worth 3 points. The last question is worth 5 points. Because this is a team format, here's how it works. We'll give you the category for your 2-point question. At that point, the team must decide which member is going to answer solo. You may not consult with your teammate for either the 2-pointer or the 3-pointer. The 3-pointer thereby answered by the opposing member. You may only consult with your teammate for the 5-point question. So the Odd Couple and Shirewolves, Christian, like we said, tied at 25. It's been a hell of a match thus far. Because the Odd Couple are the favorites going into it, and they have the belts, they can give us their 3 lucky numbers first. So, gentlemen, do you feel lucky, punks?
What is it? 1 through 20?
1 through 20. Joseph with the amazing. All right.
5, 10, and 15.
5, 10, and 15 for the champions, and for the Shirewolves.
We're going Family Feud.
8,
Good
12,
numbers.
19.
Good numbers.
12 and 19 for the Wolves, who will go first. It will be question 8. Category 8 for the Wolves.
8th question, worth 20 points.
Comes in
Ding,
Sly
ding, ding, ding.
and Arnie films.
Oh.
Sly and Arnie films.
All right, who would like to answer it? Keep in mind, JT is not on your team.
You sure?
It's tough because you always got to wonder who's going to have to answer whatever that 3-point category is.
Going to need a decision here in 5, 4, 3.
Sure. Okay.
2.
All right, I will take it.
All right, Clark Wolf's going to take it.
I don't know if that was the right choice.
Clark, we're going to start here.
Okay.
Clark, what is the city? What city is the main setting in the film Daylight?
New York City.
Chicago.
Answer is New York City.
Oh.
New York City.
I want to be a part of it.
We bounce back to the Odd Couple here, who have to answer their 2-pointer.
All right, Odd Couple, you selected for your 2-point question number 5, and that corresponds to the world of the 80s.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saw that coming.
2 points. Your question is, you can find the characters of Gordy, Vern, Chris, and
Stand
Teddy
By Me.
in what 1980s
Sorry.
coming-of-age film. You would have thought you learned your lesson of all people.
My
It is
thoughts
correct.
exactly.
It was a 1986 Rob Reiner film, and now the Odd Couple have a 2-point lead.
Yeah.
So now we go back to the Shirewolves. and they
Just
get to a 3-pointer,
never,
right?
look,
They're gonna force the hand of the
never
Odd Couple yet again.
change, Mark,
All right, so now we get to the
and never
3-pointer. This
change,
is
Mark.
Prime. This is Rachel Cushing's question. Rachel, you have 20 seconds for this one. Name 3 of the 5 actors who played criminals in The Usual Suspects.
Benicio del Toro, Kevin Pollak, Gabriel Byrne.
Correct. All right. So now
Very impressively answered.
3-pointer. 3-pointer now for the Odd Couple and Jeff Snyder.
That's right, Jeff. So your team selected number 10, and your 3-point question that is asked just to you is in the world of biopics.
Wake Mr. Gordon up.
And your question.
Oh, he's wake.
Paul Dano and John Cusack portrayed which famous musician in 2015's Love and Mercy?
Brian Wilson.
For 3
3
points.
points. And now
All
they're
right.
back in the lead. So now the Shirewolves, Christian, it is a do-or-die moment.
It's do or die for the Shirewolves right now. They have a chance to throw it back to the Odd Couple with this 5-pointer. If they hit it, it bounces back to the champions. However, if they miss, the Odd Couple retains the titles. Number 19. Look out for that belt in front of you, Rachel. It's comic book movies. Comic book movies.
No pressure.
There we go. In Deadpool, what does Wade decide to do with Vanessa on their first date?
Skee ball. Love putting balls in holes.
Play skee ball?
That's correct.
Yes. Love putting balls in holes.
So we find ourselves in this position. It's down to the 5-pointer. If the Odd Couple hits it, they keep the titles. However, if they miss it, the Shirewolves regain the titles, and they will see Rachel Cushing as a double champion once again. Mark the 5-pointer.
The 5-pointer for the win and to keep the belts comes as you selected number 15 in the world of comedy. No. It's round 5.
Way too serious.
And your question. In the film Scrooged, what does arrogant TV executive Frank Cross send to most everyone on his Christmas list?
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
Do that. In Scrooged, what does arrogant TV executive Frank Cross send to most everyone on his Christmas list?
His picture? A picture of himself?
Fruitcake?
Team champions once again. They are Classy Clark Wolf, Rachel the Crusher Cushing, the Shirewolves.
It's a towel. It's a
towel.
monogram towel. He sent a VCR to a few people, but most of them got the dreaded towel.
The answer was a towel, and we found ourselves in the same exact position. This time, the Odd Couple had to answer the 5. They didn't get it, and the Shirewolves take the belts back.
Oh,
Rachel Cushing
man.
is once again both the team and Inner Geekdom's champion.
Happy for one
The Odd
team.
Couple fought a
I'm
hell of a
devastated for
battle.
another.
What a fight by the Odd Couple.
What a great game, and what a comeback by them, because to have a ruling go the other way midway through round number 4, the speed round, when the sweat beads really start to form, to be able to come back from taking that uppercut and getting the last points in that round, and then being able to 3-point question. This came down to the wire. As we thought it was the Shirewolves' way, they are champions again.
Are the movie trivia Schmoedown champions for the second time. They are the only 2 people now. They're the only team ever to repeat. They're the only team to ever do it twice. And Rachel and Clark joined Jeff Snyder as the only people to win it twice. The team. Oh, excuse
Patriots.
me. Yes, the Patriots. So, man, that was a battle right down to the wire. Nothing to be ashamed of on both teams here. And I'm sure Jen Sturger has a lot to say to both the Odd Couple and Roxy Stryer. Here we go.
Well, Jeff, even though you're dressed like a parade, you will not be attending one today. I know. And you guys really put forth a valiant effort out there. I know, Mark, you were probably disappointed, obviously, with what went down in the speed round. Tell me what your thoughts are going through this right now.
You know what? This was a mirror image of the match where we beat them. It came down to the 5-point question. We were behind that time. They came, you always want to win. Anyone that says they don't want to win is lying. But if we could play like them, if we could just play them off and on like this for the rest of our lives, I'd be happy. This is a fun. I'm going to look forward to watching this match because it was this with a score of 63 between the 2 teams. There's nothing to be ashamed of. And congratulations to them. They're great. It's the fate. It's the wheel. It's that 5-point question. I knew their 5-point question last time. They knew our 5-point question this time. That's just the way it happens. The only sadness is I would have liked to have won 2 in a row, but that's a first-class problem to have.
Absolutely. And Jeff, you've defended a belt, what, 7 times?
Yeah, I would have loved to have defended this one today, but Shirewolves came to play. I mean, they ran through that second round. I thought we had them on the ropes, and I got a lot of good director questions, and yeah, speed round, tough blow.
Yeah, what did you learn defending a title for the first time, Mark? How was that feeling?
It was surprisingly less tense than I thought it was. It was. I tried to be very zen, and Jeff's been really good about that. Like when we converse, we turn and we face each other and we make eye contact. So it gets you out of your head, and because you can whip yourself into a frenzy. That's the difference of why I like playing teams instead of singles. Because in singles, you're only in your own head, and I want to move out of here.
But is this really what you want to move into?
Yes, I told Jeff. I said I hope we remain a team as long as he will have me because I think we complement each other really well. I think we're in a groove. Like I said, I have no shame about this loss. If every loss is this good, I can lose every match for the rest of my life. So there's and I'm very proud of Rachel and Clark. They're dear friends, they're family. So to lose to friends in a match this exciting, it's a win.
And Roxy, I know you and I have had our
I
differences.
see this as
but
an
I have to
absolute
say,
win.
Watching this team out there and just the way they've progressed and the way that they've built this undeniable chemistry, you've done an amazing job as manager this year. And I mean, if this isn't a run for manager of the year, I don't know what is, honestly.
Oh, there's no
Thank
one
you so
even
much.
close to her this year. I will die on the hill. We would not be here. We would not be here without Roxy.
Don't die on the hill because we got to keep playing. We've got more to do. I really appreciate that, Jen. And also, I just want to say there's nothing more you guys could have done. I'm so proud of you. I thought that you played the most amazing game today, and you talked, you communicated. Everything that was a problem the first match we ever had is no longer a problem. If you don't know it, you don't know it. You guys know way more than I'll ever know. So I'm just really proud of you guys.
Well, I'm sure this is not the last we've seen of the Odd Couple.
We want a rubber match, and we're gonna take on whoever we have to in this league to get back to this position. Because I think the third
critically acclaimed.
Have some fireworks.
Well, with the teen tournament coming up, I'm thinking we can make that happen for you guys. Sorry about your loss, but hell of a match, guys.
Thank you for watching. Thanks, everybody.
All right, look, look, classy loss.
They're called the Odd Couple. They should change the name to the Happy Losers.
Well, I mean, it was.
So the Cubs.
I think Draco nailed it there. How do you? There's nothing to come out of that fight and say, "Oh man, this happened and this should have happened." It's like it was just. That's exactly why they play the game, because you want a match like this. Like for people who are watching this that want to be in the Schmoedown, they go, "Oh, you know what match I really watched that I wanted to see that made me want to become a player was Shirewolves versus the Odd Couple." Both the matches, the way that they played, the way they respected each other, the knowledge that they both had. You look at Clark Wolf's game. Clark had struggled in that first round, came back to fight in that second round, and then had a strong the third
That's
round,
true.
the fourth round. They just played all together. Rachel Cushing had a hell of a game, and it was just
and that's the lesson that you learn when you watch a championship match. It's not who can play the more perfect game, because there are no perfect games. What you're going to experience is
somebody did have a perfect game.
Come back from that.
But we can't talk about it yet.
It's a quote in a Rocky movie.
All right, so now we are with Jen Sturgeon, who was with the new Schmoedown Team Champions once again.
That was a great Rocky, wasn't it?
That's right, guys. Ladies, how does it feel to have...
It's like they never left.
You guys are the people's champions. How does it feel to have that hardware back?
It feels so good. I said in the pre-Q&A that we had to do a gut check. We lost, and that took a little bit to sink in, but it made us stronger. It made us fight a little bit harder, and we wanted to be the team that while we lost the belts, we fought back and got them back, and that's what we did.
What have you guys learned from your feud now with the Odd Couple? I feel like they're the first competition you guys really came up against that you were like, oh, wow. Like you said, it was a gut check moment.
Yeah, they are formidable opponents, absolutely. And, they're an incredible team. They're so well-rounded. When we're thinking about categories for the wheel, we're always like, well, geez, what do we pick? I don't even, meaning because we feel like their strengths are our strengths and our strengths are their strengths, and we feel very evenly matched, which means that's going to be that's always going to be a tough match.
Is that why Har wasn't on the wheel? I was wondering, because I'm like, that's your go-to. Yeah. Where was it?
Yeah, no. If Mark Andreyko is playing against me, Horror is not going on the wheel. That's not a lock. I do want to say, by the way, just now, I want to clarify when we were at the desk and I said, towel, I was quoting Scrooged. I wasn't yelling at them being a jerk. So I just wanted to VHS. So it's, Anyway,
VHS.
It's just a little nerdy part because Scrooged is my favorite movie. Sorry.
I don't think anyone would ever call the Shirewolves jerks, even in the comment section. Rachel, I know you have such a love-hate relationship with the comment section and Twitter. What does winning this belt back mean to you?
It goes back to something I said before, too. Defending the belt the first time against Who's the Boss was the match that meant the most to us because it meant proving all those people wrong. And it was as much about them as it was about us. After that, it was about us. Growing our partnership, getting better, honing in on the game, and playing our hearts out, knowing win or lose, we've cemented our status, we've cemented our legacy in this game, and we're so proud of that. So, as much as we love our fans and all the little girls and the people that look up to us, and that's truly one of the best parts of this game, and we're definitely hoping that we represent you well. But this isn't about the fans. This is about us now.
Yeah, and if I can just say, it's always amusing to me after playing with Rachel for so long that she allows detractors to get into her head because she is probably the best person to ever play this entire game. Inner Geekdom, singles, teams, whatever. And I think you proved that today, time and time. You proved it over and over again. But I struggled in this game, and Rachel, picked up where I was struggling and helped carry me. And I think we hopefully do that for each other. But I was really glad that Rachel was my partner today.
But I just have to say, that's a sign of a good partnership. We're not always on 100% time. No player in this league has been perfect every game, every match they've been in. And a sign of a good partnership is recognizing that your teammate's struggling a little bit, doing your best to pick up the slack, but also to be there to encourage them. We had a long talk about who was going to take the 2-pointer and the 3-pointer because of where our heads were at. It was less about the categories, but that's why we're a great team. We talk it out. We have each other's backs. She's had my back when I didn't have good games, and today I was proud to pick up a little bit of that slack. It happens, but that's why you're my favorite person in this league, and that's why I'm so glad you're my partner.
So now you ladies get to sit back and watch the team tournament and see who you will have to defend against next. I know you're not even looking forward to that, but Rachel, obviously, you've got 2 belts on your shoulders right now. And I know that you were probably too busy prepping for your match earlier, but I'm sure you've heard that you'll be facing Mike Kalinowski now at Comic-Con in San Diego. What is that going to be like going up against KO again?
Insanity!
I said it last time. If he wants to lose to me a 4th time, I am happy to oblige. But congratulations, it was a hell of a match. Kevin, you're a star in the league. You'll do amazing in the future, I have no doubt. But I am very excited to go up against Mike again in front of the Comic-Con crowd.
I think I can vouch for this entire audience and the audience at home when I say I'm very excited for that too.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, there you go. The new champions who will be at the post show when we wrap this thing up here, talking to Emma Fife and Ken Knapsack. But look, what an event it was, partner. We had 2 big #1 contender matches, the Manager Bowl and the Team Championship, that saw the champions once again, Classy Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing, taking their championship back.
Hey, it's been an honor to be here with you and with everyone out there for the Collision 3. And we got to learn a little something with that last match, is that if you lose, take it with a smile on your face and enjoy the ride.
I do it all the time.
When they're covering up each other's mistakes, that's what makes a great partnership.
That was not fun.
Sure. What'd you say? Anyway, I wanted to thank you guys. I wanted to thank all of you once again, and make sure
it was my pleasure.
Thank you. Keep that hashtag.
You're welcome.
Schmoedown Collision 3, Shirewolves versus Odd Couple, whatever it is, get it out there, and we're going to be checking all that. We'll retweet some of them from the official account, do all the stuff there too. Make sure you join the Facebook group. There's almost 20,000 of you guys right now. If you haven't joined Patreon,
that's a lot.
Do so. All the live events
that's almost 21,000.
Whether you wanted to just get the stream, you can do that, or you become a $10 patron.
Himalaya, Himalaya, Himalaya.
One of those is going to be the July 20th match, where we now know the Inner Geekdom Championship will be Rachel, the Crusher Cushing, the teams and Inner Geekdom champion, putting up the Inner Geekdom title against Mike the Killer Kalinowski.
Oh, that's going to be a big match. Very excited to get to San Diego. In the long term, yes, we're going to San Diego. We're going to New York. You can get those tickets at theschmoedownlive.com. In the short term, I need a bathroom break. And we're also going to go to a post-show where we have a live stream. We're going to have a lot of the competitors here today. Some people, maybe you and I, will pop into it. But just lest we forget, let's get everybody in this room to give a huge round of applause to our crew, who literally seamlessly, perfectly executed.
Every time.
By my count, they only spilled a beer 3 times, and that's a new record.
I think they've earned it. Every single time. Thank you to all you guys, whether the crew, the fans, everyone. Thank you so much. And make sure that you listen also. Listen to the Schmoedown Rundown next week to go over all this, whether it's Frankie Numbers, The Boat, Brad Gilmore, and Chris Clark, who will be talking about this in length. But yeah, Mark said it. Go on over to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown YouTube channel and go to the post show. Emma Fife, Ken Knapsack taking your questions. So go on over there now and start asking questions. You're going to see some of the champions. You don't know which special guests are going to show up, but go on over to the post show. Wrapped up. What a great event it was. One of the best events I think we've done so far. For the great Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. See you next time.
All right, let's run everybody down. And please don't time me on this. Thank you, Mark and Christian and Clark and Rachel and Jeff and Mark II and Paul and Liz and Jen and Mike and Kevin and Kaiser and Zipper and Stacy and Drew and Janine and Roca and who else was there? Robert Meyer Burnett and Dagnio and oh god Grace and Ken and is that everybody? I think I ran off everybody. Holy crap! I am the man. Oh, I think was Chance there too? I think Chance might have been there. Yes, that's everybody. That is everybody. I am the man. I am super. I am the man. I'm Superman. So Collider. Oh, not Collider. Schmoedown Collision 3 is now wrapped up and in the books. This was a great event, great matches from top to bottom. A lot of questions have been answered. We didn't have a whole lot of new questions asked, but that's what more episodes and more matches will be answered. We have a new singles title match that's now been declared. We've got a Comic-Con title match that's now been announced. We've got a new manager or running the show as the commissioner's boss. So yeah, this is going to be a crazy next month of matches coming up here on Schmoedown. So with that being said, that's going to do it for this 10.5 billion hours of JTH Reacts to Schmoedown Collision. Always watch their content first. It was a lot of content, but it was well worth it if you managed to get through. If you managed to watch 4 hours of JTH, I salute you. Which I know there are some probably poor dummies out there that probably did it. Oh, God. I feel so sorry for you. But yeah, always watch their content first. It's the right thing to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe to their content and to mine as well if you so choose to do. Follow me on Twitter at WWEJTH1 and join the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown content as they alluded to. The Facebook page, nearly 20,000 strong. The Twitter page at the Schmoedown. The official Movie Trivia Schmoedown website, triviast.com. And become a patron if you can. It goes a long way. But until next time, I will see you next week as I take a shower, as I'm drenched in sweat yet again. Now I've sweated up 2 shirts. So yeah, from here I hit the shower. So I won't see you in the shower, but I'll see you next week on Schmoedown on another edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. So I will see you then. So I am JTH. Thank you for watching, and I bid you a big Schmoedown Collision adieu-adieu.